we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So if anyone ever decides to visit Dinner Key Marina, kind of give you a real world review, because we've been in and out of here now for a few different times, and so I got a little bit of feedback. The inner harbor here, and there's docks and docks and docks, and it's a municipal marina, so assuming you can get a hold of anyone to actually reserve a dock, that seems to be the challenge around here, or a mooring ball. But it is always real calm down in here. In all the weather conditions we've seen, it's been super calm, but out there in the outer mooring field and the outer anchorages, it gets consistently rough. There's channels, multiple channels in and out, and boats go by, and you have wake and wind, and it's just virtually never comfortable on the outer. So definitely my suggestion is, if you are going to come here, it's really nice once you're here, because you've got a dinghy dock, you've got city nearby restaurants, it's not too far to West Marine, Home Depot, supermarket. I mean, everything's within a couple miles anyway, so it's not totally impossible to get to everything. And nice place to walk around. So once you can get here, it's a really great place. But if you are stuck in the outer mooring field or the outer anchorage, just be prepared to be jacked around a lot. That's about the only thing, and we go through that intentionally, because we want the services here. So but we're not planning to stick around, that's for sure. We're going to get our business done and get somewhere nicer and smoother. Alright, now we're out of the noisy zone. Just going to say that, kind of real world comparison, the quality of the food and beer and wine and just about everything, it is definitely a little bit of a step down here, even though it's not.
I think that's a matter of opinion.
Well, matter of opinion, I don't know.
Not that my opinion's different than yours, but I think a different person might have a different opinion.
Well, maybe, but anyway, that's kind of my sense. Still nice places, we still enjoy getting out. Just feel like that place that we're at, the Sandbar, which is a major center of downtown, popular place here, and I don't think that anything there compares to the little rogue that we go to in North Plains, Oregon. So
that place is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I say, if you just direct comparison, that's giving high praise to the little rogue brewery in North Plains. But yeah, that's kind of reality of it. So anyway, just a little comment, and not that you shouldn't come to Florida and try all these places, just kind of an interesting comparison. So we're here at Mabrew Power Systems. Real excited. We're picking up right from the factory our new air conditioning and some duct work, and making sure we have the right sized fittings and everything. So these guys are awesome.
Alrighty,
Thank you.
Just barely fits.
We have filled this dinghy completely. These are our Mabrew air conditioners, our ductwork, our Costco trip, our Amazon purchases. A real simple knot. It was just a knot to get it close so we could load everything. Anyway.
You got the motor on?
Yeah, motor's running. We're going to try to make it, looks like, smooth. smooth in here, but it'll probably be rough by the boat. All right. We can get out of here. Oops, push off. There you go. Ah. Oops. Better stop filming.
Apparently, Jacob thinks this is terrible. I told him this is not terrible. Look, there's like 1 foot seas, maybe half foot seas. This is not terrible. It's literally like totally moonlit. We're gonna have a lunar eclipse tonight.
I know.
He's being a baby.
You're getting used to this situation.
I know, I'm totally used to it. This is not rough seas. My dog does not think it's rough seas. I got my red and greens on, my dog's in the bow.
Don't fall.
Woo! And the don't fall. It's not rough seas.
I don't know where our boat is. Yeah, our boat's pretty good. We don't live a rough boat life, really. It is kind of rough boat life, because boat life is rough. It doesn't matter what kind of boat you're on.
Adjusting to boat life is rough.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you came from like a RV that was like so fucking dialed in.
I know. Yeah, I think a lot of people struggle with RV life, but our RV was legit. And
We were like RV people though.
yeah, we never struggled with
Like,
RV
we
life.
never struggled with RV
No,
life.
we were so comfortable in RV life, so it
So-
shouldn't be hard to transition to boat life, but we're getting legit. When we get, assuming our RV or our rental car doesn't get towed away,
Yeah,
and we
if
get
our
our-
rental car doesn't get towed away or our car doesn't get broken into and all the stuff gets stolen.
yeah, and we get our Mabrews here and we get legit like air conditioning and heat, and start getting real spoiled in our boat. Yeah,
I'm gonna need to be that spoiled.
yeah. And it's we gotta specify, it's not that we're dying from the heat, it's we're dying from the bugs.
I'm dying from the bug bite.
Yeah, we need to be able to close all the doors when it's buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the air conditioning is relevant, because we don't want to.
It's
Yeah.
not really the heat. Like, I mean, there's times, like, there's been like one day in
Yeah,
the last
so
month that
you-
the heat has been like
Yeah,
unbearable.
and you need the breeze. So if it's super still and it's like 90 degrees and high humidity, it's hot. But
But at the
mostly,
same time, it's mostly the bugs.
yeah,
Like, we need to be able to
Correct.
arrive to an anchorage that we know is going to be buggy
and shut everything.
and shut everything.
And if you shut everything now, you can't deal with this kind of heat if there's no breeze. That's
Right.
yeah, you need a little breeze on it or fans or something. But still, it gets really freaking hot in here. So yeah, that's why the air conditioning is because of the bugs.
Yeah.
So next project, we're doing air conditioning,
Yes.
assuming no one steals it.
Assuming nobody steals our air conditioning.
It's kind of scary because I don't know what kind of protection or insurance we have on that.
I don't think we have any.
Well, we have our own insurance and we got the rental car insurance. Probably covers like nothing of the contents of the car
Yeah.
and what we were supposed to do with it. I mean, we could have left it in the dinghy, I guess, but and just
Well, hindsight's 20/20, babe.
yeah, I don't know. We're gonna look at our hindsight tomorrow and see if it's right.
Hindsight.
It's not 2020 now. It's foresight.
You're right. It is foresight.
Yeah. And tomorrow will be hindsight.
Tomorrow will be hindsight.
And we'll
Today
find
it's
out.
Foresight. So what are we foresighting?
We're foresighting whether or not anyone's going to take or whether our car's going to be towed. I don't mind if it's towed because the contents should be safe.
Yes.
They could tow it.
Towed with contents intact would be far better
Yeah, I know. Towed is
than broken into and stolen.
it's a little expensive, but considering that we couldn't get it to
Considering the like $12,000 that we just spent on everything in that car.
I know. Towed is great. Broken into and stolen is the worst.
Super.
Towed
works.
will get it back.
See.
Because it wasn't our plan. We had it all in the dinghy,
I know.
but that didn't work out. So, all right. Well, this is enough for tonight.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's
night.
finish the wine.
We're gonna finish the wine.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Except I'm not in the video. Hold on. Okay, now I'm in. Now that's better. I'm sort of in the video.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love
Good night.
you.
Good night. Alright, downline. Time to get a leash on. We're getting to the dinghy dock. Alright, so taking a little walk here, and we're about to find out if our rental car made it through the night. The parking here is 4-hour minimum, and you can go on, it's a pay by phone, you can go on and extend it, but there was no indication whether or not you were allowed to even park overnight. And I tried to go on late and repay for the parking last night, and it said it's too late to pay. So the fact that we have a crap load of stuff in there and worried about someone breaking into it is one thing, and then worried about being towed overnight is another thing. But we're heading that way now, and I think I see it over there. That's a good sign. So it's still parked there. That's great. Appears to still be unmolested. It's this red SUV. Landline. Our stuff is still inside. I could see it. Happy day. Happy day. With like $12,000 worth of things inside the car, and then left overnight in a random parking lot that doesn't allow overnight parking. But hey, we pulled it off, and we're gonna get this stuff packed up and in the dinghy again, and while it's still smooth this morning. So I carried a couple things over, and when Elizabeth comes back with us later, we can get all the rest of the stuff again. But just going to show you this dinghy dock. See, there's a dinghy, what's left of a dinghy down there. I swear this is the dock where dinghies go to die. I don't think most of these boats ever, like, they just get parked here permanently. I mean, this one's filled with water. And on this side, this one's been here a while. There's another one down there that you can barely see. It's so crippled and sunk. Come on, downline. And look at this one. It's amazing that it's probably only staying up because it's got a couple things tied to it to hold it up. Anyway, it's like that all the way around the dock. There's decrepit boats. It's pretty crazy. Come on, downline. Let's get our stuff on board here. So much smoother than it was. It's going to be a lot easier to unload. It's quite the load. Don't just sit in the way, downline. Why is it every time we have to unload something,
Come on, Dan.
you put yourself right in the way of it?
Dan, come.
Come in. Come. Get up here. No. Come. So putting our meat in the cooler worked out. We kept it good all night, and this is all our Costco purchase, so we're getting it vacuum sealed. We love doing it this way since we have that extra freezer, and we just pack it in and date it. We only have to buy meat about every couple of months usually, because we buy enough and we seal it and store it in the freezer. Look at the size of this freaking fish under the boat. I mean, 6 or 8 feet. I mean, he's freaking massive. If I had a swimsuit, I'd just get in there with him, swim around.
I can't believe he was just like chilling here, and
I know.
I was like, at first I thought it was like a big piece of our boat. I was like, that's not part of our boat.
Hey, watch the motor. I don't want to whack it on anything. So it's a big day. We got the air conditioners on the boat. I've started opening things up. We got parts and a mess everywhere. The floor hatches are all open. The plan is pretty well made. I've already set this one in here, just kind of a test fit. So our Mabrew 12 volt air conditioners, and these are 12,000 BTU. And nice thing is this is the old air conditioner cabinet, so a lot of this is going to be a little more plug and play than if you had to retrofit a boat that didn't have air conditioning. But so I have labeled all the lines: the condensate drain, the seawater in, the seawater out. They're still there from the old air conditioning. The duct work, we've got a little bit of work to do, but the duct work's all intact still. So this makes things a lot easier. We are going to replace the 12 volt seawater pump. The one that came with the unit is just sitting down in this mess down here. So we're going to get that wired in, and then the sea strainer, sea cock for the old air conditioner, everything's there, but see, the old pump has been disconnected and we have to adapt to the new pump. So there's a little bit of work to do, but there's a place for the aircon pump right there. It's even labeled. The strainer is even labeled aircon, so it's nice. We can kind of, oops, so there's aircon filter. So we'll just make sure everything's watertight and working on these, and do that. So as far as electrical, that I was just looking at. Now these are 12 volt, and here's the bus bars on this boat. And the only problem I have is that these bus bars are already pretty packed. And so I don't know that I want to try to, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but try to tack on more stuff onto that. So I think what we're going to do is actually put these guys onto the bus bars right at the batteries, the new batteries we just put in. So here's the new batteries and the new bus bars, and I think we are going to just have those come out the opposite sides of a couple of these spots we have here. There's no problem at all to tack these wires for the air conditioners on there. So the nice thing is, or I guess not nice thing, the electrical side of things, we cannot reuse the old wire that ran to the old air conditioner. We need a heavier wire, and you can see the terminals for the air conditioner here. And we're going to have these fuses / switches, and I'm going to mount these switches right inside the cabinet here, so we can directly wire this onto the switch, and we just open the hatch here to have a master shut off for the air conditioners. The nice thing also is that within the boat we already have this battery cable, which we were practice running it through the boat just now, which is slightly heavier gauge than the air conditioner wire, so we can actually, these are actually perfect. And the batteries are located right above us here, so it's a pretty short run to wire this up. Okay, so we're going to do an update on air conditioners. I've actually been doing a lot of work already, and I've done a lot of work on the other hull, so this is the second one, and that way I can kind of show you more because I learned from the first one a little bit. So I've already got the condensate drains built here, just out of hose and clamps. And I got that ready to adapt to the old condensate drain from the old air conditioning. And all this wire here is to go to the pump. I've already connected additional wire here because I know I needed more length. So wherever that is, so here I butt connected these and then put wrap on those, so I'm ready there. And there is my bonding wire, which is hooked to the drain pan on that. So I've got this guy kind of prepped to go in, so there's less work once I get it in there. And the whole boat is a disaster of parts as we do all this. And then here's where this guy's going, the air conditioner compartment. The old wire is still there, and honestly don't think I'm going to do anything with it because it's bundled in with some lighting, stair lighting, and I could clip it all out of there and pull it out. It's not hurting anything really. I guess I might clip it all out of there, but it's not essential right now. So here is the ductwork. This side of the hall didn't have, the old ductwork was removed. So we're still working on ductwork, but there's the water maker filters. But the old cabin, like saloon air conditioner, is still there, and that's where it was hooked up at. And I've disconnected it, and I've connected in to the new air conditioner. So the new air conditioner right now is sending air up into the saloon, not into the bedrooms. But I did split one wing off into this back bedroom, which I didn't open this, it's behind here. I'll show you. When they repaired this hull, they didn't intend to put air conditioning back in the boat, so they didn't put in even an air discharge, which usually would be right here in the ceiling. So I've got this is just laying in here. This is running from the other side. I've got it all routed through, and as soon as I get the register, I'll put it into the ceiling and I'll connect that. This bedroom will have airflow. And our experience with these air conditioners is they could easily handle 3 discharges. There's 12,000 BTUs, so I'm thinking to leave those and eliminate this guy. This is to the back cabin, and right now we're not using it for anything but storage and our extra freezer and stuff like that. So ultimately we may change this plan, but this guy's not hooked up and not doing anything. So we're gonna leave him not hooked up. In fact, I'm gonna get this register off here and put it back in the back bedroom because we are using that. So so there's our plan. And down here I have removed one of the old air conditioner pumps, and there were 2 air conditioners, you know, between the saloon and the cabins. There were 2 air conditioners, and they're labeled air conditioner filter. And here's the other one. And one of these has been already repurposed for the water maker. So I've taken the other one, which is this guy right here, and I'm gonna hook up the new water pump to him. And yeah, I know this area is a disaster. Definitely could use some cleaning up. And I'm gonna get to that. This is on the list for sure. It's kind of a mess in here, but right now let's get the new guy going, and we'll get to cleaning this up another time, I think, because it has been getting up over 90 degrees. It's between 70 and 80% humidity, if not higher, on the water, and we are ready for our air conditioner. Okay, so I've been working my tail off. There's so many steps to this thing. I'm not going through every step, just to kind of show you after I'm finished. So I did put the 60 amp circuit breaker on here. In fact, I just flipped it on. Here's the control unit mounted on the wall right here. Got the ductwork strapped, zip tied, and duct taped. I'm gonna fix that. We'll tuck that back behind. There's a sensor for the thermostat, which I haven't decided where we want that. We might just leave it in here. Still deciding that. And all the pipes are hooked up, and probably the most part I hate the least, or I hate the most, I mean, is opening the seacock. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since that's open and how stiff it might be. I don't want to break one of those guys. And also making sure we have the right one, but this should be it. It's off, and it says aircon, and the other aircon one has already been used, so. Okay, now let's make sure there's no leaking happening. I can hear the water bubbling around. Looks like all is well. Yeah, I can see some water actually going through that clear pipe. There's gonna be a lot of air in the line, but yeah, no leaks of any kind yet. That's good. Well, we'll just tidy up this wire and we'll give it a shot. far so good. We're about to find out. Okay, so air conditioners are cranked up right now. Got them ducted up here into the saloon area. Everything seems to be working correctly. They're doing their thing. But we're at 87 degrees, so we're gonna see if this one and the other one's going. The other one's just going to the cabins down here. And this one we already have it going pretty strong. So this one's down to 84, and it's blowing into these cabins, so it's real nice in here. So we just left the doors open because we're gonna just give a little boost to the other one, which is running up there. So it's not too much of a terrible mess. Now we're starting to get it cleaned up.